Some of you in this room might have attended Bouys Club, B-O-U-Y-S, Bouys Club, which is a group that has come together around the shared vision of the necessity of uplifting the well-being of boys and men. But the buoy itself is clearly a metaphor, both a buoy in the ocean that can save your life and communicate with you non-verbally, but also the buoyancy and the uplifting nature of a buoy. And Johnny and Jonathan have been early buoys, an embodiment of that. And so they're going to do a little thing for us now called How to Be a Buoy. Because, we need to hype and empower and gas up your fellow brothers in this work. And I have to say, as women, it's very natural to us, right? I'll be at a conference and I'm like, you got to meet this person and you got to meet that person. And oh, you're going to crush this. It's going to be great. And men and boys don't do that for each other in the same way. And that's something that we really, really, really need to make happen. So I'm going to give the mic to Johnny. As we're waiting for Jonathan too, you're going to lead us through a little bit of an afternoon uplift.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thank you so much, Jana. There we go. Step over. Cool. Wonderful. All right, here we are. Cool. I'm going to invite everybody to take a stand and stand up. I know it's 3:30. Been chatting and listening, and our attention is on what's next. But we've got a little bit longer to go of wonderful programming. So now that we're all up, I'm going to invite everybody to take a big, deep breath in through the nose. Feel your chest fill up and your lungs expand, and sigh it out of your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. This time as we deeply inhale through the nose, biggest breath you've taken all day, bring your hands up. And sigh it out. Let the hands fall. And one final breath. This breath is for everyone that's forgot to breathe because they're too busy yapping like myself. So big deep breath in through the nose. Hands up. And let them fall. Cool. And go ahead and shake just real quick. Nice. We can take care of our bodies and regulate our nervous systems and bring our attention back in. Notice if there's any discomfort in a certain particular area of your body and just say, hey, what's up? Hey, discomfort. Hey, my back's a little stiff. Or hey, shoulders, or my neck. I don't know. Thank you so much. All right. If you'd like to, you can take a seat, and then Jonathan and I are going to do our little shindig. So, as Jana said, it's very important for men and boys to get with the program as far as forming loving relationships, friendships, deep connections, to uplift one another. Because if we don't do that, the status quo will literally force us to perish. Because men and boys are taking our own lives, harming other people at quite shocking and staggering levels because we lack deep connection in our lives. So Jonathan and I want to talk to you about friendship.
And I want to start by talking about one of my best friends, this man right here. Earlier today, we were talking about how men have a tendency not to ask follow-up questions. They'll come home and say, hey, my buddy's getting divorced. And your partner will go, oh my gosh, how are they feeling about it? And I don't know, we went back to watching the game. Well, I recently came back from vacation, and I told Johnny, oh, great trip. We looked at rings. I made jokes that if we buy it here, I can save money because it's tax-free, blah, blah, blah. Oh, tell me, what are you working on right now? Next thing. And Johnny said, whoa, stop. I had no idea your relationship was this serious. How are you feeling about taking this step? What did you guys talk about? What would that look like? Have you talked about what a long-term partnership means and difference in how your relationship will change? These are not the conversations I experience with other men in my life. This is the conversations that having a buoy in your life changes for you. And I want to talk from your perspective, where do you learn those things?
Man, I learned that from several amazing men in my life, such as Ashanti Branch of the Ever Forward Club, such as Boys and Hodgson right there, such as Matthew Eckelman that I met through Bouys Club, an incredibly intuitive and wonderful, kind man. Like, there are men all around us and in this room who have invested in me and poured into me in the way that you just described, and men such as yourself. But I think it also came from this innate desire to connect with others in a way that I didn't see as standardized growing up. But in that particular conversation, it was a beautiful example to say, the joke that you made is like, hey, it's been a couple of years, time to shit or get off the pot, ha ha ha. And that could have been it. And I think most guys would have just been like, oh, cool, yeah, you're right, man. Nice, good luck with the ring. But I wanted to check in and be like, yo, dude, like, first of all, is that how you really feel about getting engaged, possibly, right? Is shit or get off the pot? And also, let's talk. So this is our CTA for the men in this room. Reflect on what are some of the last reserves of, maybe it's homophobia, that prevent you from being loving and kind and close with your friends, right? Like, what is it that makes you feel uncomfortable about being seen doing that in public? And maybe explore the discomfort, step into some vulnerability, because if we do not demonstrate loving, affectionate, close friendships, if we're not proud to say, like, I love you, Jonathan, you're a wonderful friend, I'm so grateful for your friendship, we're going to continue to see men and boys harm ourselves and others at staggering rates. And we don't want that world. So, yeah. Be a buoy.
Yeah, be a buoy.